One thing I'm really glad we did was bring Maui home last Christmas to Kentucky. It snowed on Christmas Day, and we let Maui out the back door that morning and threw ball with her and Ansel in the snow. And you could tell that she was just having the time of her life. It was cold, she was in her element, and she doesn't get to see a lot of snow in Georgia. But she had snow this Christmas Day. I liked to watch Maui when she was looking for a ball down in the woods. She would wag her tail at such a feverish pitch. It was like a fan or a whipsaw. And you could just tell that that was Maui's happy place.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
At the house, I had to go as far as to buy a tennis racket. My arm was getting sore from throwing ball with her every night. Sometimes we'd toss the ball until after dark. So I went and got a tennis racket, and I'd hit the ball out to the cul-de-sac. Sometimes we'd do that for hours on end. The dog never tired. Ansel, he would just sit in the neighbor's yard, and he seemed to watch, almost mystified by Maui's energy. Walks at the cabin were also another special event. We have about 2 miles of gravel road, and Maui would walk behind us and carry a stick all the way to the turnaround point, where I was expected to tell her to drop it. We'd throw the stick 2 or 3 times, and then she'd carry it all the way back to the cabin. I'd have to say the cabin was Maui's favorite place. If we were ever working on more firewood for winter, Maui would make the cutting of the firewood the main event. It wasn't uncommon to see her walking around the cabin with a full piece of cut cordwood in her mouth, just waiting for somebody to toss it down the hill so she could fetch it. Living close to a lake always meant lots of swim time for Maui and Ansel. A particular interest was watching Maui in the water. Her stroke was so graceful, it was like she hardly even moved the water as she was gliding through it. It was really something to watch. Years ago, I took Maui out in the backyard for a photo session, and I thought that I was going to take some portraits of her. And it was an overcast day, and I couldn't get a very fast shutter speed, so I kept telling her to sit still. But you know, when everything was done, I looked at the series of photographs, and I thought, well, this kind of defines Maui here, so. Years ago, we were having a pond put in up at the land. I took Maui and Ansel up there, and Maui headed straight for the mud of all the construction. My first instinct was to say, no, don't go in there. I said, what the heck, let her go. Well, she and Ansel spent the next couple of hours playing hide and seek and running around the land, covered in mud, just having a fantastic time. I can remember looking at her and saying, good Lord, I want to be that dog. I want to be my dog. Good girl. Now he loves it. He's a girl on a boat. Come on, man, it's a stick. It's hard to think of a time that we were on the boat that Maui wasn't with us. She would jump on the boat, and there was one seat that she particularly liked, and she would sit there like a person and just ride around the lake. And if we stopped, she'd swim, but if we were driving around, you could look back and just see the expression on her face, the wind, and warm summer evening. It was just complete bliss. I've never seen a dog act so much like a human. Maui quit eating about a week before she passed away. And we took her to the vet, and in turn took her to a specialist. She was diagnosed with large cell lymphoma. And I could tell that she wanted to go. I could see it in her eyes. And on the morning that she passed away, she was in our bed with her whole family around her. I was holding her head, kissing her nose, telling her what a good girl she was. She went to heaven, where all good dogs go. And we're having her ashes spread over the mountain. So when I take Ansel up there for walks, we'll know that Maui's with us. She's in one of her favorite places now.